Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Kyle. I hope you're having a great day today. Today I wanted to give my review of the Call of Duty Modern Warfare Alpha, which is available right now on PS4. I want to talk about what I like about it, what I don't like, some small stuff that I think they should possibly change for the main game, and yeah, so let's just start talking about this. Now, the first thing I realized when I started playing this alpha is this feels completely different to any other Call of Duty game I've played in the past. The whole movement system feels different, the guns play differently. It feels like a brand new game. If this didn't have Call of Duty in the title, it would actually feel like a completely different FPS by a different studio. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, it's actually quite good, and I would like to talk about it a bit more. And yeah, so the weapons in this game mode, which is the only game mode you have in this, is a 2v2. The weapons in it come stock, so no attachments, no sights, no camo, nothing. Occasionally you've got a gun with like a suppressor or a scope on it, but for the most part it's kind of just default weapons. And one thing I noticed when I was using them is the recoil like animation on the screen is extremely eccentric, and sometimes it's kind of hard to see like where you're actually aiming at. It's not hard to control, but it's hard to see where you're aiming at, the fact that it takes up the whole screen mostly. And I don't know, in the full game that could probably just be you could probably just put a grip on it or something else, and in the full game you'll have no recoil. And there's a new feature where you can mount onto a surface, and you have no recoil practically when you do that. But yeah, so this is just something I kind of noticed, but it'll probably just require like a grip attachment or something when the main game comes out. Mainly just because we're using stock weapons in this mode. Okay, so another big difference that this game has compared to another Call of Duty is the shotguns actually do quite a bit of damage at range now. There's actually a double barrel shotgun in this mode that has a sniper scope on it, and it can be used as a sniper and at close range. So yeah, we've never really seen this before in a Call of Duty. I would say, I don't really want to say it's overpowered, but you can it's kind of like two guns in one, that you can use it at range and then use it at close range without just hip firing. So maybe there's something to be looked in there, because I personally wouldn't say it's that overpowered, but I can see where people are coming from, because I have read that people say that the new shotgun system is just broken, and it just takes away the whole close range combat part of the shotgun by giving it a long range option too. Keeping along the same line as shotguns and weaponry, I'd like to talk about the pistols. Other than the Deagle, the pistols are extremely weak. You feel yourself, if anyone has any other gun other than a pistol, they're gonna win, because I'm not even exaggerating, pistols like seem to be like a 6-shot or something, and it just takes extremely long to kill people with it. It's definitely, they definitely need to buff them for the full game release, or secondaries are just going to be futile. Okay, so my last point on weapons is ADS time for certain weapons is just way too long. You'll find yourself, like, you'll come from a pistol, you'll switch to your main weapon, you'll see someone, you go at ADS, and it takes so long. Like, by the time you've even went from non-ADS to ADS, they've already killed you, so you're better off just hip firing. And that's also another thing. Hip firing is extremely accurate at close range, more accurate than it has been in a lot of other Call of Duties. Don't know if that's intentional or just part of the alpha that will get removed soon, but if you guys have played it, you must realize that when you get in a close range battle, even with like AR, not just shotgun or anything, AR, SMG, you're actually better off hip firing, because the ADS takes so long. So that is definitely something that needs to be looked into for the main release of the game, or the beta, even the beta, because pretty sure that comes out not too long after this. So yeah, it's just resorting to hip firing is just such an easier option, because not all weapons, but especially weapons with sniper scopes on them, they take extremely long to ADS, where it's just, if you're not holding the angle ADS, you're not going to win the gunfight if they come around the corner. Okay, so I'd also like to talk about this 2v2 game mode, which is the only thing available in the beta. It is actually quite fun, I like to admit. It's just quick action, fast paced, rounds take no longer than a minute. Extremely actually less than a minute, half a minute. Extremely fast, extremely fun. You win quick, you lose quick. It's fun. It should be. It's more along the. I'd class it as a party game, which I feel like Call of Duty has been missing out on a lot recently. Just fun, quick game modes, not as competitive, you know. And yeah, I wish in the full release of the game, I'm not sure if they have anymore, but I hope more games like this, instead of doing prop hunt, they just do the same stuff every year now. They do prop hunt and stuff like that. I want them to bring back like Michael Myers, or what other game was there? Sticks and Stones and Gun Game, like stuff like that on these tiny maps would be very good. Infected as well, maybe not on a tiny map actually, maybe on like a big TDM map, but you get my point. Just more small game modes like this would do the game a bit of good as well, because this is fun. It was a good idea for them to pick this for the alpha, because it's a very good game mode. So yeah, I've pretty much covered everything that I kind of want to talk about. The whole movement system in the game is new. It's going to take a bit of getting used to, but it doesn't mean it's bad. It's a lot more realistic as well. You'll see the guns sway, you'll run around a corner and your pistol and your ADS, and it will like move about and it won't be directly accurate as to where you're looking. So you gotta be a lot more accurate, you gotta be a lot more smarter about how you're running about, rather than just running about, shooting your gun out willy-nilly and getting a bunch of kills. So it is a lot more of a tactical game than other Call of Duties. But if it just changes a few things, such as weapon balancing and sound, that's actually another thing I forgot to mention. You can hear footsteps, but the direction on them is non-existent. Like, I was having times where I could hear footsteps, but it was coming out both sides of my headphones, which I use for Rainbow Six Siege, and they're really good at like surround sound and learning where footsteps are. And I literally could not. I had no idea which side the footsteps were, and I ended up dying from behind, even though I thought he was in front of me, in front to the left, because the surround sound for footsteps is just non-existent in this game. So I don't know if they're going to change that for the main build. I hope they do, because it's kind of off-putting when you're trying to, in a 1v1, and you're trying to hear, and you can hear the footsteps, but you don't know where they are. So yeah, that is all, guys. Thanks for watching the video. If you have played the alpha, please let me know what you think about it, what else you think they should change for the beta and the main build of the game. If you did enjoy the video, please leave a like and a subscribe. I appreciate it very much. And yeah, thanks for watching.